G'day everybody, welcome to This Week in Crypto. My name's Craig Cobb, one of the founders at tradercobb.com. And what actually happened this week? Well, let's have a look at a couple of the things out there in the market right now. You're looking at my watch list. I'm going to jump to the top 10 because that's where we need to be. Bitcoin, what's it done? Well, bugger all is what we'd say here in Australia, with not much happening at all. Really, that's what that means. Have a look at this weekly candle. So far, look, we've still got plenty of time to go. We've got a high of 9,300 and a low of, call it 89. We got a $400 range. Very, very little indeed. And this is what it looks like on the daily. Not much going on there. I look at the 2 hour, not much going on there either. Are we building for a big move? I don't know. Make your theories, conspiracy theories, whatever theories that you like. It doesn't matter. The market will do what the market does. Cardano, real killer this week. Again, check this puppy out. Look at this on the weekly. Beautiful. Putting on another 18%. You little ripper Cardano, you are an absolute legend. Pushing the new highs, a really nice trend there, and that's the biggest winner of our top 10. Now, people, you often ask me, well, there's nothing going on, what do you do? There's always something going on. There's always something going on. This week, we've had very good success, but I'll show you where the success has been. When Bitcoin's sideways, you see, it opens opportunity. Well, for the alt markets. Let me show you Bancor this week. Daily Cradle right there, whooshka. Many clients, very happy. Let's go again and have a look at the BNT or Bancor against Bitcoin. What's the movement, will you ask? Well, about 30-odd%. Great move. 1 week, 30% increase in what you risk. You want to play spot markets? Play spot markets. You want to trade leverage markets? Trade leverage markets. You do what I do, you do both. What about today? Anything out there today? You beauty. Absolutely there are. Check this puppy out we caught earlier in the live trading floor scan. Bang, in we go. Bang, we're up 3.28%. Again, against Tether. Bang, I actually took the Bitcoin one because I thought the setup looked better. We got opportunity when we know what we're looking for, what's causing these moves and what's in the news. Well, we're going to start here with Mickey. And this is what I find interesting. Now, some of these articles are positive, some are not so much. Some I just like to have a rant about, and that's possibly what this may be. Max Kaiser, look how attractive that man is, predicts $50,000 Bitcoin will convert skeptics. Now, look at the people he's trying to convince. Peter Schiff, dinosaur, arrogant, narcissistic, one-minded, closed-minded, not a very nice human being by the way that he sort of goes about things on Twitter. And I tend to find that the people that are nice on Twitter are nice in real life. Funny that. Keep going through this article. Yes, he wants $50,000 Bitcoin. That will help convert naysayers. But don't forget, we had $20,000 US Bitcoin. What did that do? They just said it was a bubble. These are the same people that don't think housing's in a bubble. These are the same people that keep buying into the stock market. That's not a bubble. The debt markets, that's not a bubble. These are people that don't get educated on things outside of their expertise. And that's as simple as that. Okay, so keep going further through. Look at the other person who says, this is Jim Rogers. I've seen Jim Rogers speak when I used to present a lot in London on traditional markets. Now, one of the most successful fund managers in the world. He's been ahead of a lot of things, but he's also missed a lot of things. Jim Rogers said, I believe that the virtual currency represented by Bitcoin will decline and eventually become zero. This is a clear bubble and I don't know the right price. Virtual currency is not an investment target. It's just gambling. Well, Jim, mate, you had your time. Bye-bye. Too old, my man, too old. Go and retire, enjoy the spoils of your labour. But like Warren Buffett, come on, man, you don't know what you're talking about. You're too old, and that's not an insult. It's a fact. You don't know what Instagram is. I'd be surprised if you knew your way around one of these things. Okay? That's a mobile phone. You know what they call them, Jim? They actually call them smartphones these days because, unlike you, they're smart. No, that's very, very rude, and I shouldn't say that. I just got a bit carried away. But the bottom line is this: technology is not the old man's game. The new men and women of this world will create the future. Guess what we are? We're called millennials, and we're coming, and we're not going anywhere. Jim, you either join us or you fight against us. More than happy for you to short against me so that I can get my orders filled. Cheers, buddy. Moving on. Coin Telegraph. Data plumber. That's something I've never heard of before. We've got an article here about wealth. Who cares? There was the one that I wanted to look at. Where was it? Bitcoin price. Now, I'm not interested in speculative stuff. Criminals, no. IRS, no. Chinese economist. Where was it? Where was the one that I wanted? More chatter, speculation. That's why these websites make their money through advertisement. There was one article in particular. It was up here. Where was it? Oh, here it is. Okay, so what we're looking at here is the invitation, and that's the important thing here. US banking regulator invites innovators to talk tech virtually. Now, I don't need to see anything else in that article. What I take from this is that there is some conversation being brought to the table. Now, the thing I find most intriguing about this article is it says US banking regulator invites innovators, but they're in London. This is London. That is Shoreditch. That is the Gherkin. That is the, I can't remember what it's called. They've got the view of London for a US article. It's good to see the conversation coming back. It's nice to see things moving forward. I'm not interested in about trying to convince old men how to do a backflip, because they won't, and that's okay. It's not their job to do so. They do what they want. We do what we want. This is an open-minded conversation that's being had. It's coming in to the real world, and that's the sort of thing I like to see. More progress. We need legitimacy. An old man who shouts at Bitcoin saying it's no good, that's not legitimacy for me. If that old man turns around and goes, Bitcoin's great, that's not legitimacy to me. How's it being used? What industries are getting involved in it? And what can I see as a long-term picture? I've got to keep painting that picture to remember there's each stroke, this is a stroke. There's no one stroke that makes it, like there's no one trade that makes your account massive, okay? It takes time. Little, death by 1,000 cuts. We're coming, baby, and we're going to make it. CoinDesk. Well, across this, we've got so many articles to look at. I want to show you the bullish things. IRS wants to know more about privacy-enhancing crypto coins. Of course they do. Bitcoin miners saw, okay, so drop in revenue in June for Bitcoin miners. No guesses as to why. Halving in May, price stayed sideways. Bitcoin miners will lose money. Cool. That's fairly straightforward. China police said, okay, no, that's not one. Keep going. India. So bullish news here in India, or bullish, talking about big growth here. It's just a chat. Okay. Sri Lanka over here. We've got BitPay over here. Cheap Bitcoin transactions. That's not quite so good because we've got, a bit of an issue there. I also heard 10x might be mixed up in the, what was that massive European $19 billion Ponzi scheme or whatever it was. I heard that might be a bit of an issue, which is a bit of a shame. The reason I thought of that is because there's another one here working with Visa. Very interesting there. Okay, this is what I'm looking at. There's two articles here. Investment firm Arcane Crypto plans Nasdaq Nordic listing through $30 million reverse takeover. Let's see who they're taking over, shall we? Norwegian cryptocurrency investment firm Arcane Crypto is planning to list on the Nasdaq. Okay, who are they taking over? On paper, Arcane will be fully acquired. Oh, they're being taken over. Okay, so they're going to have a crypto fund that's going to be listed up there on the Nasdaq. That's very interesting. I believe I might have interviewed these guys, or Eric. I feel I did. It's a name that I do think I remember. Okay, it's not happened yet. Okay, so it doesn't really matter. Vertical Ventures shares have jumped on the news and are up 53% since the market opened. That's good news. That's saying that there's some bullish sentiment from that company about this space. But here's the other article that I also wanted to jump into that I see as a very, very good one. Where was it? There. Okay. Robinhood. Madness. Craziness. Things are going stupid. We're seeing share prices overvalued. Why? Well, it's the Robinhood revolution. It's a millennial platform. It's the future of finance, as it says right here. As you see, far from fly-by an uneducated mania, the new day trader class represents a much more significant force for how public markets are changing. That is a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week market. Why do we want to, and I've been talking of this for years, why do we want to be trading only, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week? We don't. It's hard enough to get ahead as it is for our generation, okay? For the younger class, if we want to be trading, I want to trade when I want to. I don't want to have a set work week. I want to go to work when I want to. If it's good weather on a Tuesday, I'm fishing that day. Bugger it being Saturday or Friday, or Sunday. Go when you want to. Robinhood's giving opportunities for the space to start to grow, bring new investors in, and that's why I like it. So across the board, what is new in crypto this week? We've seen some positivity. It's not all negative. We've seen the US banking fraternity, let's call it, a regulator, having conversation about Bitcoin. We've seen Max Kaiser just shouting at old people. I don't really see too much about that means anything. We've seen India starting to enhance and grow things more. We've seen more traders that want the market that we've got, as in Robinhood, the market we've got is a 24/7 market coming into the space. We've had price that have done bugger all when it comes to the top 10, when it comes to Bitcoin itself. But I'll tell you what we haven't had. We haven't had a major decline. We break down through this low here, ladies and gentlemen. I would suspect we might see some further downside. I'm a trader. I'm an investor. What I'm trading is what I see. I read the charts and I trade from what I see on those charts. From my position right now, there's not a lot of a great direction out there. So I've been working on the BTC pairing, spot markets, building my sat stack. Have a great weekend, guys. Get across to tradercobb.com and I'll speak to you again next week. From me and my team, this is This Week in Crypto. Bye for now.
The Trader Cobb Crypto Show, talking business in blockchain.